In 1994, while living in Querência do Norte, state of Paraná, Cleusa starts to manifest some psychiatric symptoms.
I didn't know what I was feeling at that moment. I went to the doctor and I couldn't explain what I was feeling. I would cry and he said to me I had panic syndrome. And if you don't take care of that, you will end up bound to a bed with depression. My mother took me to consult spirits, but they couldn't heal me either.
She had depression, she went through hard times, she would cry all day and night and couldn't sleep normally.
Trying to run away from the panic syndrome and depression, Cleusa moved to the countryside.
My husband was about to go to work, and I said that we should move to the countryside. He said, "What will we do over there?" I don't know, but I want to move over there because I don't want to suffer anymore. And I truly thought that problem would stay there. But no, when I got there, it got even worse. And in 1998, I came to Jesus. My husband started going to church with me as well. Within 3 months, I got baptized, and then I was inside the church. Even though I would suffer from anxiety crisis, I thought I would truly die.
Panic syndrome is characterized by sudden and intense anxiety crisis. The person begins feeling strong fear sensations and malaise. It usually is accompanied with physical symptoms like accelerated heartbeat and breathing problems, pressure and pain in the chest, cold sweat, dizziness and fainting, and other symptoms. When such brain alarm triggers without any real danger, it causes any patients to go after medical emergencies looking for an answer for what is going on with them. The treatment usually requires antidepressive and anxiolytics medicine together with psychotherapy, and it must be guided by a psychiatrist.
We would leave church in a hurry to take her to the hospital, but the doctor couldn't find anything wrong with her, and it happened all the time.
I would pray and didn't see answers. And people would recommend me to go and consult spirits, but that's where I came from. I knew it was God, and I believed He would do the miracle. During that time, I couldn't work properly. I would always have to come back home desperate, and my husband would take me to see a psychologist, psychiatrist, and they'd say nothing was wrong.
After 16 years living in the countryside with no signs of improvement, Cleusa and her husband moves to the state of Minas.
So we moved and lived there for 5 years.
I started working there. She still was feeling bad and would go to work and had to leave early and go home.
And in 2004 to 2005, we went to live in Curitiba.
Depression and panic syndrome come along with Cleusa to Curitiba, and during the pandemic, she comes to know the Grace of God Church through the TV program.
I would pray every day together with Dr. Soares on TV, and I went there to a Grace of God Church with my husband, and I thought it was the right way. And since then, things started to change. I felt more peaceful. One day, Dr. Soares said, as he was preaching, that we couldn't accept the situation. We had to determine and say that that evil didn't have power over me and demand it to go away. That was when I learned to pray and determine. I started to rebuke, and I noticed that I started to eat normally again. And at that moment, I started to sponsor. And when I started to sponsor, I felt the sickness stop for good. In the name of Jesus, and I didn't feel anything from that day on. In less than 8 months, I was feeling much better and delivered. Today, my house is a piece of heaven, and I have pleasure to leave my house.
Today, she's a blessing, thanks be to God. She doesn't have depression, she's strong and eating well.
And now it's only joy. There are no bad days anymore. Today I live.